guys. We are welcoming you from the Route 88, not far from Apache Junction, Arizona, about 35 miles from the city of Mesa. And we are venturing to the Canyon Lake, one of the 4 lakes which were created by damming the Salt River. It is a very picturesque lake, but before that, we stopped at a place which I have some memories from my younger days here in Arizona. This is an old corral, which is located in the beautiful desert, and I will show to the beauty of it in a few minutes. But this is where I used to collect rocks, agates, and different crystals, and I hope that maybe after all these years, there's still something left. It's been raining for a couple of days here in the desert, and so hopefully something got unearthed. Let's see if we can find something, but in the meanwhile, I will show you a little bit of the desert. So what you see in front of you is the Route 88, the scenic route which leads you to all these lakes on the Salt River. And then you see, is that the back of the Superstitions Mountains? I do not know what these buttes are called. Okay, Superstitions are further. What is it? So these are Goldfield Mountains. And this is the old corral, which's been here forever. So the reason why Sonora Desert, which Phoenix is part of, is so lush and green in comparison with other deserts is because of the elevation. So these gorgeous mountains, which have their colors from all different minerals that are contained inside of them. There is a reason why Arizona is called Copper State, because there are a lot of minerals which come together with copper. There's also gold and silver. There are silver mines here in Arizona, but copper is the main state's mineral. And of course, it usually has some crop outs of copper associated gems like chrysocolla and malachite, azurite, and all sorts of other minerals which come together with copper. So let's see what we can find. Generally, all rocks here are granite and basalt. There is some volcanic outcroppings, but there is plenty of quartz. And quartz exists in many kind of different varieties. Jim found a vein of quartz, and actually in some areas finding veins of quartz is also associated with gold. But I don't think we are talking about gold containing mountain here. But here's a quartz. You can see the sparkly shiny crystals. It's usually white. Some quartz can be pink, which is a beautiful color, quite collectible. But what I'm looking for, not as much as this kind of quartz outcroppings, but crystals. Sometimes you can find really beautiful specimen here. And of course, on the background, you can see one of the saguaro cacti, which are abandoned here in the desert around Phoenix area. The look of the mountains here in Canyon Lake area is absolutely stunning. Look at these beautiful layers and banding that you can see on this green colored mountain. That is due to some minerals and vegetation and mosses that are present in the mountain. So you can see here pretty well what makes that green color that these rocks have. This is just some moss. So the idea is to look more towards the washes where the rainwater is bringing chunks of all these rocks. So you can find pieces like that. And of course, it may not look to you as much now that the rock is dirty, but actually there are quite pretty small crystals in this rock. And so after washing, it will look really nice on the display. So is this one. You may be able to see the sparkle of the crystals in this little chunk. So there can be other good specimens that, look at this one. This is a beautiful specimen of chalcedony. So this is also quartz, but in volcanic activity, it took this molten kind of shape, and it has tiny little crystals which sparkle very beautifully in the sun. So after washing, this specimen will be quite displayable.
Boy, another treasure.
In case you didn't realize it yet, the house is just packed with rocks. I really like collecting them, and so we have quite a good display of different rocks, chalcedony, fluorescence, agates, whatnot from this desert and the deserts around us. But it's just something, it's sort of like if you're a European, that feeling when picking mushrooms, you just cannot stop. You found one, and then this hunting instinct kicks in, and you just need to pick more and more mushrooms. Exactly the same thing with rocks and me. Whenever I see a rock and I find a beautiful specimen of chalcedony like that, I cannot stop, because I always think that maybe I will find a beautiful crystal, or maybe I will be lucky to find a geode which is kind of broken by nature, so I do not need to break it. So all kind of things that you can find, and I just find it really awesome. I guess don't like going places and not bringing something from there. So there we go. So of course, with all this bounty of rocks, there are many societies and different clubs here in Arizona that you can join. And what's beneficial about joining those clubs is that they have licenses to go to different mines and go to outcroppings and look for fancier rocks there, which usually as a commoner you cannot access, because usually it's prohibited to go there. There are some abandoned mines when you can poke around. You need to be very careful, because you can fall into one and die down there. But generally a lot of mines which used to be closed 10, 15, 20 years ago, and which were accessible by adventurers like me, nowadays are actually functional. So they opened up again for copper production, and because of that they're closed for people. So it's kind of a bummer, because I really like to go to those beautiful mines, find rocks which not easy to find just in the desert alone like this. But c'est la vie, so we will do the best we can. So best time to go rock hunting is actually on a sunny day like this. You will miss a lot of crystals and a lot of interesting rocks if you go in gloomier weather, because they all look the same at that time. A lot of them are a little bit dirty, and so the only reason why you can catch a glimpse of some crystal is when that sparkle catches the sunlight. So that's what you're looking for. Of course, you can see that this basalt and granite, all these rocks, they do contain some crystals inside of them, but of course I do not want to pick up something so huge. I just want to pick up something that I can add to my little collection of small display rocks. The weather today is absolutely gorgeous. It's between 60s and 70s degrees, and it just absolutely amazing. This is the time of the year to come to the desert. A lot of unpleasant critters like rattlesnakes and other types of snakes and spiders and scorpions are asleep at this time of the year. They are dormant. You still need to be careful in case the occasional one comes out to sun outside, but because of the cold wind, it's unlikely to meet any of those critters around here. So that's the best time. That's when Arizonans go outdoors and enjoy outdoors in the winter time. The thing with all this quartz and chalcedony, there comes a time when it's you have kind of too much. So this mountain is nice, but I do not see a lot of things past beyond quartz that much. I would like to go to the wash down there. I think we are kind of a little bit too high, so we probably need to go down and go back towards the wash. But in the meanwhile, let's see if I can find something on the way down. Of course, as we go higher up the mountain, we will see more and more of the quartz veins and see more of these chunks of quartz. But as I said, I have just tons of this type of rocks already at home, so I do not want to collect thousands more. So let's see what I can find. So obviously people come here, a lot of people know about this, and so other people come here, collect rocks. This is very good activity for family, for young kids, because it's not such a difficult terrain for them, and you can in the meanwhile teach them a little bit of geology. One thing you will realize that we are mostly traveling down the memory lane. We like to go back to those places which we went to when we were younger, and to some reason we just want to see if things are the same or not the same. Can I find the same gorgeous crystals in this area like I used to find 15 years ago, or is it all picked out now? Too many people know about it now and you cannot find anything. Or on the contrary, you come and you find a few beautiful chalcedonies and crystals and you think, oh, maybe things are not that bad. Maybe after the next bunch of rains, this desert will render more cool stuff for you to keep. What I found so far is this brittle bush, and I do not know if you guys can see. I'm trying to point to a hole under the bush in which obviously somebody lives. There are critters here. Some of them can be dangerous. I can hear our drone in the back. There he is. So Jim is flying his drone right there. And it's quite obvious that there are a lot more signs of human activity here than before. And I don't want to say that people were not coming here before, also in droves, but it is more about information regarding the rocks. So either more people retire and start looking for interesting hobbies for themselves. Also, a lot more people moving to Phoenix area currently. There is a lot of advertising. People are running from cold weather in other states and they like to come here. So here's an interesting example of chalcedony. After washing it will look really nice, beautiful layers, and it looks like molten rock. So I'll take this one with me, wash it out, put it on my little display. I think it's going to be a worthwhile rock. If not, we have plenty of space for these kind of things, rocks outside in our front yard where we have a decorative river. Oh, I have a spy. Somebody's spying on me. Yep, there goes the drone. It's amazing what this thing can do. It takes beautiful photos. Hopefully I will be able to incorporate them in the video so you can see the beauty of area of our desert, which is no other desert in the world. It's just absolutely gorgeous. There are other deserts which are also pretty lush and green, but a lot of plants here like mesquite and saguaro cactus is pretty unique. So this is just beautiful, beautiful area here. Guys, we wanted to stop and eat at the historic tortilla flat, but as you can see, there's hardly a parking spot here. So note to self to never come here on the weekend, especially this wonderful weather, because this is just crazy. Look at all these people. I think our idea of stopping here for a burger is going to be canceled. Oh, look at that crowd over there. It's like the whole tourist bus arrived. Oh my God.
Turn around
Here?
somewhere.
Route 88 is a very, very scenic, windy road. You have to be careful when driving here, but the scenery is way worth taking this route. Beautiful. So guys, this is the beautiful canyon lake, one of the 4 lakes that were created artificially by people when damming salt rivers for agricultural activities. It is one of the very beautiful lakes. So we are right now at the boating laguna, so where you can put your boat on the water, but it's has some simple amenities, the restrooms, and it has beautiful nature as always. And you can see the beauty of the mountains around the lakes. There's somebody riding the pontoon boat. You can rent those things here, or you can own one and dock here over summer. I can see some tourists going down the water. We probably can go down the water. Look what's there. Let's go. I hope you guys can see, because I cannot see what I'm filming. Let me turn you around. Turn me around.
Look, you want to go across the street, I can arrange that. They're treated pretty good there.
No, she did it the legal way, unlike the millions coming in now.
Well, don't get me started.
I'm with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
No.
No.
Copeland, you will fix your boat.
Well,
Oh, there he is.
it's easier for me to forgive you than me when I drop that thing in the bottom. Did you bring it?
No, because there ain't nothing. The only thing I could find was a small socket set in the one seat. There's no tool bag in there, and then you got your full drive stuff. And I looked through that crate.
I think they got a Leatherman if that'd do you.
I know where the tool bag is.
So the old guy put his boat under water, not realizing that it cannot move backwards, it can move forward only. So we gave him an advice to go forward only. Why not? Until there is no way to go, then you will just stop, turn around, and go forward again. But I guess to turn around, you need to move forwards a little bit.
I don't know if that'd work or not.
You're wanting to bend something, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, then again.
This is called the joy of boat ownership. I think you fix these things more than you actually use them.
This way, and this is hooked on this right here. So this has to come up and has to be bent down. And I thought the channel locks would solve that problem.
Okay.
And I don't think, if I can get that tab on top up,
You need to bend it out.
no, I need to bend it in.
In.
And then the top tab,
Yeah, right here.
top.
What I thought.
So all these activities that you can have on this lake, so you can kayak, you can spend hours fixing your boat, you can ride your boat and fish.
Extra fun paddling into the wind.
Yeah, I think that's why they are going so relatively slow. And definitely will be a lot more fun traveling back with the wind, much easier. Ooh, the wind is moving the dock a little bit. Oh, this is cool. Okay, let's see if we can go to the water over there. Well,
Couldn't help you.
it's too bad. Yeah, I wish we had a tool. Thank you, sir. Okay, yeah, we will. Thank you. Oh, look at those saguaro cacti. It's just gorgeous day. Let me see, guys, what we can find when we go to the water. It looks like there is a little spot here where we can go down and see how cold the water is. I'm sure at this time of the year is very chill, but it's worth to go and check it. Look how clean it is. Water is really clean, beautiful, very serene. This wind is making kayaking, paddling is a little bit too difficult. That's why they're keeping more towards the shallower sides of the lake, but water is chilly. I won't say it's ice cold, but I definitely wouldn't want to swim in it at this moment. But this is something to know, because even though they say swimming is prohibited, I'm sure quite a few people come here on this side and dunk themselves in the water in hot summer. It's just like a little beach kind of area here. There's a little island. Let's see what else we can find. Oh. Okay, I found a little cutout. It's almost like somebody actually cut out this piece of dirt here, but that seems to be a nice fishing spot. Something to keep in mind. That island would be a nice fishing spot. And there are kayakers. They are going that way on the lake. The lake extends into that little lagoon-like area. Just very beautiful, very quiet, picturesque. Sweet way to spend the weekend. And on that note, guys, we finished our trip. We came back home, and now I want to show you what happened to those rocks that I picked. I cleaned them, I scrubbed them, and now you can see the results. So this is one of the first rocks I picked. This is a quartz covered in little tiny sparkly crystals, and I hope the sun shines it for you so you be able to see, but I also will show you a close-up of this rock pretty soon. The other way how the quartz displays itself is as agate, so it's almost translucent and it has beautiful banding. Those people who have skills slice these rocks with special tools and make jewelry out of them. And then the third type of rock that I picked, it's halfway geode. It's almost completed. I do not know if you can see inside of it, but there are delicate quartz crystals mixed up with almost molten looking bulbs of chalcedony, which is a molten looking type of quartz. So that's the results of our trip. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. I hope you join us for many more to come. Please follow, please subscribe, and see you next time. Goodbye.